Hello Pisces, welcome to your mid to late October going into November reading. Thanks for joining me. This is for Sun, Moon and Rising signs. My name is Michelle and let's get started. From Sacred Rebels, for your oracle cards, we got She Feels and She Knows. This is your energy, Pisces, or someone around you. There's an energy of clarity around this, but it's not that blinding or shocking kind of insight. It's more of a softer, gentle knowing. It's like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. You're being asked to honor this insight at the right time. You're therefore being asked to rely upon this clarity that is coming to you now or has just recently come. Gently but firmly, you're being asked to, from that place of knowing, intend to act and then take your next steps forward. For your overall energy, we have the card of the goat. And the goat talks about reliability. And when you think of a goat, you do think of a sure-footed animal, one that traverses difficult terrain, usually on things like rocky mountains and all of that kind of thing. So Pisces, here you're really being called to, once you gain this understanding, again something coming to you over time, more of a gentle energy. Once you gain that understanding, then you're being asked to set an intention and then slowly but surely move forward with that energy of the goat here. We have as the feeling around you, a woman holding a heart. Now this could be your energy, especially if you're single, or it could be someone around you, but nevertheless there's a loving energy and it is focused more on finding love or keeping love and harmonious love in your life. So let's see where this goes, Pisces. I'm going to be using the Universal Weight deck here. At the bottom of the deck we have the Page of Cups. I've already meditated on the energy, so I'm going to cut the cards and we will focus in on the energy of the person that you are dealing with here, Pisces, what they bring to the table when it comes to you, their flaw, how they feel about you, how you feel about them, the strengths, what's working for you, the weaknesses, what's working against the relationship, the potential for a healthy relationship, followed by the roadblock and the outcomes. So Pisces, let's take a look at the overall energy. And remember, this can be vice versa, or if you're not dealing with anyone, this might be your energy. We have the Sun, beautiful. So there's that clarity. It's kind of, again, when you think of the Sun, it's that it is about feeling happy, feeling warmth. But more than that, for you, Pisces, I do get that this clarity is bringing you a sense of happiness and peace as well. With this card, it's that gentle knowing of what's going to make you happy. And I do feel that this is about long range energy, something long term. It's not about short term happiness. Pisces, around this we have the Ten of Cups in reverse as what this person brings to the table when it comes to you. Difficult energy around this. It seems to be talking about some unhappiness here, possibly around the family or the home. Let's take a look at their flaw. We have the Justice card. So Pisces, this person may be already involved. They may be committed. Perhaps they are in a partnership. Let's see how they're viewing you. We have the Hermit card. So they may see you, Pisces, as someone who is alone. You're single at the moment. I get some isolation. They may not be around you at present here, Pisces. So they see you as someone who is spending time doing that deep self-analysis. There's a feeling here of gaining this understanding. Again, something that's happened over time. You know, you've probably been in this hermit stage, Pisces, for at least a number of months, possibly years. Okay, how you are viewing them. We've got the Strength card in reverse. So it seems to suggest here, Pisces, that you're viewing this individual as someone who has some kind of weakness, possibly around temptation. There's a feeling here of, we could be talking about someone who is married, committed, not available to you long term. Perhaps this person has been tempting you, or you have been tempted in the past. Let's see what the strengths are. Yeah, the Nine of Cups in reverse. It seems to be talking about a short-term thing here, Pisces. I think you've been involved with someone, and this doesn't have to be recent. It could have been a number of years ago or a number of months ago, after which you've taken this time to reflect on your life and what is working and what isn't working. This situation seems to be something that is built on short-term fulfillment. Now, of course, I could be talking to a Pisces here as well who has been single for a while and has been focused just on short-term relationships. You haven't really wanted family life. The weakness, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I do feel that this overall is your energy, Pisces. I feel like I'm talking to someone who's single here. And I get that you really haven't been focused on a long-term relationship. You've been spending most of the time alone, but every now and again I think that you've engaged in some short-term relationships or short-term kind of encounters, let's put it that way. It seems like you've had a little bit of trouble getting something started that was going to progress into a long-term relationship. You may even feel like this has been unfair. You may have even been involved with people who were unavailable to you emotionally, and they may have been already in partnerships, or there may have been a third party involved. Let's take a look at your potential. We've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse here, Pisces. So again, it's about relationships where there is equal standing. For you, I get there's this recent kind of understanding, but it's slow. It's happened slowly over time, that this more short-term kind of energy here isn't working for you. And I think here, Pisces, that for you it's leaving that behind here with the Chariot and going towards something that is going to actually pay off for you long term, rather than end in, well, I get as an ending where you don't end up with really anything at all. The thing when you deal with short-term things or people that are just wanting short-term relationships is that at the end of the day, you can end up feeling like you're just going around in circles, that things are just not progressing. So I think here for you, Pisces, it's about making a choice. Overall, the energy that when I was meditating on you before was you're starting to think more long-term now, whereas before you weren't. The outcome for you is the Temperance card in reverse. So there is an imbalance here, Pisces, between what you're doing and what you're starting to have this realization about. I think that you've been engaging for a while in things that are, for some of you it is about overindulging in things that are more just about pleasurable activities, but nothing that is built on a solid foundation. So for you, it's this realization of you don't want that anymore. With Woman Holding a Heart here, I'm wondering, Pisces, if you've been holding back emotionally And now you're starting to have this gentle realization that actually you do want to open up your heart. It may have taken this transition period between your last long-term relationship and now for you to get to this point. You know, when we talk about goats, we talk about this slow and steady progression, sure-footedness. And for you, what I get here is that with this Chariot card and the goat, because funnily enough, there is a mythology that goes along with this goat card, and it talks about Thor and Loki and a chariot driven by goats. And now that we have this chariot here as your roadblock, I'm wondering if this isn't the message from Spirit saying to you, you know, you have to get things going. You have to choose a direction and apply yourself. Put your focus towards something that is going to give you some long-term success or stability. You know, when we think about goats, we also think about stable footing as well. All right, so let's continue. We'll have a look and see what comes up with the dual reading. So let me clear these cards, and we'll focus on. I'm going to be using the Golden Wheel Tarot for you. Your energy towards this person, Pisces. So let's see, what is your energy towards the person that you're dealing with? And remember, this can flip out, so keep that in mind. Whatever side resonates the most, that will be your message. And I'll also be working on the person that you're dealing with. I'll be using the Rider-Waite Tarot for them. And their energy towards you, Pisces. So let's take a look. The energy towards the person that Pisces has been dealing with. The energy of the person that Pisces has been dealing with. Okay. Let's take a look. We'll start with your energy. Past energy for you, Pisces, where you currently stand, where you hope to stand in the future. Let's take a look and see how you're viewing this person. Doubts and fears, your challenge, and one card for the overall outcome. And let's take a look at the other person here. Their past energy, where they currently stand, their hopes for the future, how they're viewing you, Pisces, their doubts and fears, challenge, and the outcome. So let's take a look. We'll start with the past. We have the Ten of Cups and the Hermit card in the reverse. You know, I have a funny feeling that this is going to be resonating as both sides for you, because again, I keep getting this feeling that this is for a single person. So Pisces, the message here is about learning about what you want long term. Again, this feeling here of gaining this gentle understanding. In the past, you haven't. You maybe haven't wanted to look too deeply. I do get a feeling here of even you know, I just get this sense around you, Pisces, that this has been unintentional, this understanding. It's not like you've sat down and said to yourself, well, look, you know, what isn't working? I need to sort this out. No, I think this is just you, by spending time perhaps by yourself, you've worked this out. What's important to you? Because I get the feeling that long-term relationships or family hasn't been as important to you in the past, but you're starting to think, well, maybe, is this something I want, or is it not? You know, let's see. Where do you currently stand? We have the Four of Swords and the Seven of Wands in reverse. Yeah. So again, I get this isolated energy. Time to think. I think for a long time here, Pisces, you've been distancing yourself from getting hurt, from more emotional kind of connections. And there's Seven of Wands in reverse. Again, I feel this is, again, more your energy here of starting to lower your barrier, your protective layer here. It's weakening just slightly. Again, I get a gentle energy. I think for a long time there you've been very almost like a warrior kind of energy of holding back people, saying, no, I don't want family, I don't want to be involved in long-term relationships. I just want to be by myself, or I want to just have short-term casual kind of relationships and not let it progress. But I do think that you're at the present time, while you're in this stage, you're starting to come to this more gentle understanding, this deeper kind of knowing of what you want. Now, when we talk about the future, we've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse and the Moon in reverse. So yeah, I do think for a long time, Pisces, you've been keeping yourself as the outsider, someone who feels like they are looking from the outside in at what other people have, other people's connections or relationships. But there is this kind of, I get going through that more dark night of the soul energy here as well, where things were quite murky. You didn't know what you wanted. But here it's about overcoming that. It's starting to see things more clearly. The moon leads into the sun. So the darkness, it's always darkest just before the dawn. I think that's what we're talking about here for you, Pisces, is that this darker energy around you is on its way out. It's not gone yet, but there's a gradual lifting. It's been a long time coming, but it's on its way, and it's going to lead to improved clarity and an improved mindset overall, a releasing of anxieties about being involved in a more emotional kind of relationship, something long term. Let's see how you're viewing the other person. We have the Lovers in reverse, and we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So yeah, I don't feel that there's anyone in your life right now. You don't have that emotional connection. So you don't really, I don't think that you've got anyone in mind here, particularly Pisces. It's just that overall there's a lack of harmonious partnerships in your life, and you're starting to think, well, maybe I do want this. Keeping myself distanced from people emotionally hasn't been what I thought it was. You may have rejected people in the past, Pisces, out of fear of becoming too emotionally involved. Let's take a look and see what your doubts and fears are. We have the Two of Swords and the King of Swords. Okay. So Pisces, this may be someone around you. You may have someone that you have your eye on. Could be an air sign, male or female, Libra, Gemini or Aquarius, or this could just be your energy. However it resonates with you, but it is about doubting your ability to make a good decision, a good choice. For you, it's about marrying your intuition, your gut feeling with what you know to be true. But you have to be honest with yourself and honest with people around you. So it is about making a choice, making a decision here, Pisces, that is going to be for the greater good. I think for a while there you may have just been kind of in denial or burying your head in the sand when it comes to the next stage of your life. Not knowing exactly where you were going or what you wanted, and just kind of going along this kind of merry path here of doing your own thing. But that, again, I get that you've been putting off making this decision. But I underneath this protective layer, I sense, Pisces, that you're starting to come to this realization that you have to do something to progress your life. Now, your challenge here, we have the Strength card and the Four of Wands. So yeah, a strong, committed relationship. Marriage could be a caring, supportive partnership. One in which you support each other and there's no elements of control. I think that's the thing, Pisces. You're really looking for a relationship that is built on mutual support, trust, more of a gentle energy. No one trying to play power games, or no one wanting to weaken the other. Things that you've experienced in the past, things that have forced you kind of to put up these walls, these barriers that have prevented you from, well, believing that having a happy, harmonious partnership is even possible for some of you, Pisces. That's the kind of relationship you're not looking for. So for you have to, I get discernment. Use your strengths, your power of discernment, get to know people gradually, and really gain a deeper understanding of them before you jump into getting involved too quickly with anyone. That may have been what hasn't worked for you in the past and why things were short term, because you got involved too quickly. You discovered there was a imbalance there, there was a lack of compatibility, something you didn't like about the person, and then you went your separate ways, and that may have been why there was short-term relationships, Pisces. Now for your outcome, we have the Temperance card in reverse and the Death card. So yeah, it's an end to that imbalance. It's putting behind you the things the kinds of behaviors that haven't been working for you. So any kind of overindulgence in short-term pleasures, anything that was perhaps addictive in nature, and it could be many things, but anything that caused an imbalance, that slowed your progress, that prevented you from having peace in your life. I see you ending the conflict, ending the addictive behavior, and transforming, going through this slow kind of transformation where things that were your way of dealing with things in the past are slowly giving way to a healthier you, Pisces. One in which you're either seeking a woman that is going to want to be in a loving relationship with you, or this could be your energy of having a harmonious partnership yourself. But with this Goat card, you're really seeking something that is stable, and I also get a feeling around this of taking things one step at a time and taking things slowly. The goat there is sure-footed, and they're careful where they step. So for you, it's about being careful where you step. You don't want to step on any kind of landmines or any kind of loose rocks, loose people that are going to just cause you to slip back into old patterns. So we'll see where this goes in part 2, Pisces. I hope that you join me there if this is resonating. The link for the extended will be below in the descriptions box. It'll be about another 30 to 40 minute reading. I'll be clarifying, pulling a lot more cards out on the table, and we'll go even deeper here. We'll also look at some oracle cards for some advice for you for the future as well, Pisces. So I do hope that you join me in the extended reading. Again, the link for that is the first link in the box below. If you would prefer a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com, and that email is also in the box below. I wish you the best with this, Pisces. I will see you in part 2, or I will see you again soon. Please have a happy and safe Halloween. Bye for now.